Hello, my friend. Let's do a relaxing art meditation. I'm using tempera paint sticks on watercolor paper. You can use crayons, markers, paint, any medium that you like. You're going to make flowy lines or gentle scribbles all across your piece of paper. We're going to layer our scribbles until our paper is completely covered with color. I'm going with all blues today, a cool art meditation color palette, because I've been thinking a lot about trust, intuition, and calm. Really, I've been thinking a lot about what it means to feel safe. And for me, blue summons all of those moods, especially that one of like a calm sense of safety. Art meditation in general is a powerful way to calm your nervous system. An exercise like this brings together gentle movement, sensory awareness, and breath. When you draw layers of flowy, overlapping scribbles like this, your mind can shift from analyzing and judging into sensing and feeling. This repetitive, organic motion soothes your body's stress response and activates the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the part responsible for rest, repair, and relaxation. When you're in this state, your heart rate slows, muscles loosen, and the body begins to release stored tension. As you move your coloring tool across your paper, notice the simple beauty of the sensation, the soft sound of pigment against paper, the slight resistance under your hand, the way colors blend and overlap. What other sounds and textures and sensory details do you notice? These small sensory details become anchors for presence. Instead of being carried away in thought, you're tuned in to your physical experience. This mindful attention to texture, color, and movement gently retrains the brain to stay here rather than drifting into stress loops or self-criticism. Slowing your breath deepens this effect. Every time you take a slow, steady inhale and exhale, you're signaling safety to your nervous system. Breath is one of the most direct ways we can influence our physiology. It tells the body, you are safe now. As your breathing slows, the vagus nerve activates, lowering cortisol and allowing your body to settle into equilibrium. This combination of mindful movement, sensory focus, and conscious breathing creates a feedback loop of calm that becomes easier to access over time. When you reach this point of calm, you begin to enter what psychologists call a flow state. Artists call it that too. It's a natural rhythm of total presence. When you're in flow, time seems to stop. The inner critic quiets down. You stop thinking about how or what you're doing and simply become the doing. This is where the nervous system and creativity meet. The body feels safe, the mind feels spacious, and energy can move freely again. It's not forced focus, it's effortless attention. Being present is one of the greatest gifts we can offer ourselves. When we return to the now, right here, right now, we step out of the mental noise that constantly tells us we're behind, we're not enough, or we're in danger. In this moment, all is well. Your body receives that truth and softens. Your heart rate steadies, your breath becomes rhythmic, and your mind opens. This inner sense of safety isn't just emotional, it's biological. Your body learns this is what peace feels like. With consistent practice, art meditation becomes more than just drawing or doodling or scribbling. It becomes a form of nervous system re-education. It teaches you how to come home to yourself again and again through color, shape, movement, and breath. Over time, that sense of calm doesn't just live in your art space. It begins to ripple through your daily life. You start to notice more beauty, respond with more ease, and feel more connected to the simple truth that peace is always available right here in the present moment. On a personal note, I want to share that this particular exercise where I'm layering scribbles this way is something I return to again and again. You've probably sensed that if you've been following this channel for even a short period of time. But yes, I'm teaching this method and I have been practicing meditation for almost a decade now. I've been teaching art meditation for about 5 years now. And I personally still return to this practice on a regular basis to help me get present, to get out of overthinking, to feel safe. My cat just joined me, by the way, if you start to hear some meowing in the background. So I just want to remind you that this isn't a one and done type of exercise. It takes time, consistency. Be easy on yourself. Try to separate your art meditation time from your art making time. So when you're in art meditation, you are all about the process, not hung up on the result. Okay, let's come back to what's happening here in the video. So you could be done with the scribble part and call it a day. I am cutting up my paper, and so I had a light and a dark side. I wanted to play with contrast, and now I have a 2-inch circle punch, and as you can see, I'm cutting out circles from my paper. We are going to do a circle collage. I love doing this. I've done several videos doing this process where once I've created a scribble paper, sometimes I'll take that paper, cut it into circles, and then organize those circles on a blank piece of paper. This part of the process is a surprisingly therapeutic practice for the brain. And I say surprisingly because it's so simple and effective. So when you draw freely in the first part, the page becomes an abstract expression of emotion and movement. It's beautiful but unstructured. When you then cut that same paper into simple, familiar shapes like circles, you give your mind a sense of containment and order. The repetitive motion of then arranging the circles in lines, in rows, provides rhythm and predictability, which helps further calm your nervous system. This is tactile, meditative work that tells your brain everything is okay. You are safe. You are creating structure out of what once felt chaotic. So as you organize these circles into rows, you're engaging your brain's natural desire for pattern and harmony. It's a lot like when you do a puzzle, where this process satisfies both the creative and analytical sides of the mind. There's beauty and logic coexisting. As you sort, align, and place each circle, you allow your brain to gently process the randomness of the scribbles, turning what might have felt messy or emotional into something orderly and complete. This is a great physical metaphor for emotional regulation. You're turning inner chaos into calm clarity through hands-on creation. Sometimes I will glue my circles down on the paper. I think these are really nice and meditative to look at after complete. Most of the time I keep these circles loose. I store them in a box where I can mix and match colors if I want. I have different size circles. And it's almost like, when you do a Zen garden where it soothes your mind, you're in the moment, it's a meditative act, but then you can wipe the slate clean and save it for another time. I hope you enjoyed this video and feel inspired to create for the sake of getting into flow state, calming your nervous system, and connecting more to the present moment and to yourself. As always, thank you for joining me. I'm so grateful that you are here.